everybody, what's going on? In the pre-shuffle, I'm seeing something coming together that you feel very happy with. Also, for anybody that wants to know, I have restocked personal readings on the website. That is the only place where you can get personal readings. The website is pretty much in every reading in the description box connected with the reading. We're starting off with the Star, and we also have Two of Swords here. The Star is connected with Aquarius. I'm also seeing Pisces coming out. This looks like it's a choice about the direction that you want to be going in. See something that actually looks pretty obvious. Having the Star and having Page of Wands feels kind of like walking down a path and seeing this guiding star in the sky, and that being the thing that's guiding your sense of direction here. But for some reason there can be something else going on in the environment that maybe takes your attention away from that a little bit. And it may be something that you kind of have to deal with in order to get back on track here. Otherwise, not all is going to feel settled. Yeah, I'm seeing Seven of Swords and I'm seeing Ace of Pentacles. Okay, when we have Seven of Swords and we have Ace of Pentacles, this can be that we would be possibly sabotaging an opportunity or a new chapter. Because we are not trusting in the guiding forces. I'm seeing this be connected with Aquarius here. So having that be as it is, it can be something where you're meant to be stepping into a new chapter, but there can be something about it where there's this doubt that you have to be working with. This is where I'm seeing the Piscean energy come up here. Having the Moon and having Seven of Swords can be ways that we're not aware of things, but we're not always not aware that we're not aware of things. And so this is about needing to do the shadow work that would be associated with this, because that energy of Pisces, when it's in its shadow, which I'm speaking about because we have Seven of Swords be connected to it, it would be something like you actually have a new chapter that would be good for you to be starting. This would be in your best interest to be doing. But when we have Seven of Swords there, it can be ways that we avoid things, ways that we run away from things, ways that we're convincing ourselves like this is what I want or this is what I'm supposed to be doing, when it's really not in your best interest to be doing that. Because Pisces in its shadow is going to be something where it's like running away instead of dealing with things, where it can be not addressing what needs to be addressed, or just like trying to take the easy way out to not have to address what has to be addressed. That can be the vibe of it. And all of us have the capacity to tap into shadow Pisces energy, all of us. And this is even a theme that you can see where you have Neptune within your chart. I feel overall like this would be the part of you that maybe wants to avoid stepping into the unknown here. Even though there would be a new chapter involved in it, there can be a part of you that's like, well, if I don't know everything about it, I'm not going to step that way. Meanwhile, it's actually something that would be fantastic for you, and you've been led in this direction, trusting your gut, trusting your instinct. It didn't take you the wrong way. This is just you having to work with your ego here, and there's a big choice that needs to be made. I'm seeing Two of Swords, and I'm also seeing Four of Wands. This can be choices about relationships, it can be choices about home, it can be choices about commitments, and getting help with this conflict that you're feeling. But conflict is coming from your shadow, and there's a need for you to understand that. How have you actually been led on purpose into this chapter, and you may be trying to like run away from it? Because you have to confront something is what this looks like, and it may be something that you your higher self isn't going to be the part of you that wants to run away from this. It's more so your ego being like, I feel uncomfortable with this, or now I have to face this thing that it's just, this is something that's difficult for me to do. It can have you shooting something down that you'd actually want to be succeeding if you understood the weight of it. Wow, so we have Ace of Pentacles and we also have Ace of Cups. Okay. Pisces and Aquarius. Yeah, I see something that's a problem that has to be addressed, but this Seven of Swords can be the part of you that wants to like get out of having to deal with something. So maybe you have actually an option here. Maybe you have an opportunity here. You know that something's going on and that it's an issue and that it needs to be dealt with. That's not what's up for debate. It's like how this is going to be dealt with or avoid dealing with it. So it's not like I'm not seeing that there's an issue here. It's very clear that there is an issue here. But with Seven of Swords, we have the option of whether we actually address it or not, or we like run away from addressing it, or like avoid addressing it here because you may not want to. So it's your shadow coming up and being like, hey, we can just ditch right now. You know, you don't have to take this test. You don't have to do this right now. So you're like dealing with that part of you, but also too, it's like your better knowing knows that that's actually not what's best for you, but your shadow is like, well, you could deal with it tomorrow instead. And so you're kind of like, you know, are you going to do the thing that may be more challenging now and then it's like over and it's done with and then you don't have to deal with this anymore? Or are you going to put it off a little bit and keep walking around with that anxiety knowing that you still haven't faced something that you need to face here? And that's really what this is coming down to. Because you may not know the direction that things are going to go in if you were to address this. And I feel too like it's delaying you from stepping somewhere where you want to be stepping, kind of at a pause until this is something that you deal with. And you can be, your shadow can be like, well, let's just ditch here, and you get off track entirely, but you're not making any progress. You're just delaying and procrastinating here. So this can be something where as soon as you are ready to make progress again, you're going to land right back here having to deal with this. Like there's nowhere to go. I mean, you can go somewhere else, but you're not going to be moving forward. You'll be moving any other direction other than forward, just to come back here because this is like the only way forward dealing with this. So that's what has to happen. It does seem like I'm seeing there be an option here that you feel good about intuitively going in that direction. When you check in and you touch base with what it is that you feel, it seems obvious that this is the way that you would go. I'm seeing Page of Wands. So this is like the thing that we would feel inspired to be doing, the path that we feel connected going down, that actually feels interesting to us, that we feel drawn to, and that also being where you're going to find the emotional reciprocity that you're looking for. And with that Four of Wands, this is something that can stabilize for you. Having that Ace of Cups is like, this can be a new chapter where that's exactly what's being invested in, and it's something that can develop. So you can develop that emotionally within your life, for some of you with this person. And so this can be something that you have. And having that Six of Cups there and having this Page of Wands there, this is a path that you would walk down and you would feel immediately like you feel happy, you feel connected, and you also feel like there's mutual connection on an emotional level where there's that emotional reciprocity. So this is somebody that has compatible emotional values. Emotional, spiritual, energetic, there would be that compatibility there. And having Four of Wands feels like you can actually stabilize this. And then having Ace of Cups, it's like you could have this new chapter if you wanted to. But I'm seeing your shadow be above it. And so there can be a part of you that's like maybe wanting to foil this a little bit, but just because of wanting to avoid something challenging that feels like is connected with this process for you. Because I'm seeing you do have a new chapter that's opening here, and you know the direction that you want to go in. Because this Knight of Pentacles, this is you taking a serious step, but then I'm seeing your shadow be like, back it up, back it up, back it up, so then you're not making any progress. And it's actually, the shadow is blocking you from this Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is going to be this chapter that you can invest in that can actually be something sustainable for you on an emotional level. And that's actually what this new chapter is about, exploring that. And you can find deeper connection too, because having this energy of Pisces here, this allows you to get to know someone. This allows you to get to know yourself better, and it allows you to dive to depths that you've never gotten to before, like leagues and leagues and leagues deep below, further than you've ever been before. And that's where this can take you. But your shadow is like, it's dark down there, I don't know about that. And it's like, you're meant to discover this. And as it is, maybe you can look around and at things and be like, I do want more. I feel that within me. Like, this can't be all there is. I want something deeper than that. This is like exactly your opportunity to do that. But then your shadow giving you misinformation, being like, don't step in that direction, when really it feels like everything's been leading you this way. I think too that having Seven of Swords and having Ace of Cups can feel fearful of intimacy, fearful of vulnerability, fearful of stepping into a situation where you don't totally know, you don't totally understand what would be happening. It would be an unknown that you're exploring there. But the Ace of Cups is there. So this would be exploring connection in a deeper, more intimate way. And then having Seven of Swords is the ways that we can believe for some reason, like we're not prepared to do that. Like, we're not ready to do that. Like, things aren't perfect yet, or things aren't set up the way that I need them to be in order to do this. And it's like, you just need to go for this. You need to take the step. It's time to be doing this. You want to build, start building. Like, this is the time that it can really be happening here. But yeah, there can be just something going on where I feel like I can see very clearly within the energy like what you want here, and I don't like get exactly what's happening with the Seven of Swords. I just know that it's something that would actually be leading you in the opposite direction of what you are looking for on a deeper level. Let's say it like this too. Pisces in its shadow, which again, all of us can tap into. Pisces in its shadow can be us not using our discernment. And it can be not being honest with ourselves about what we want on a deeper level, because we have that Ace of Cups here. What we're really looking for, what we're really going to feel satisfied with, what really is compatible with us and our values. And it feels like, I feel like this is especially on an emotional level, because I'm seeing a lot of emotional energy here. I'm seeing a lot of stuff having to do with your feelings about things. So is there a way actually that something that you're doing is avoiding a deeper connection that you would actually, it would actually produce what it is that you want to connect with on a deeper level? It would provide that. It's something that can sustain that deeper type of connection that you're looking for here. I will say this as well. Seeing Pisces and seeing Seven of Swords, this can just be self-sabotage in general. Like, this is reminding me of something going on within the 12th house. What you're going to find within the unknown, for many of you, this looks like a stable home situation. For others of you, and or this could be a relationship that you would commit to. That's what's hidden behind the moon. And that this is something that would be sustainable and that you can have this chapter. Seeing Star and Page of Pentacles and then Ace of Pentacles, this is so that you're working on things that hold that deeper meaning for you, that feel like a dream come true rather than a reality you want to avoid. This is like helping you switch over. But you have to make the decision here. There's a choice that needs to be made. And you can be looking at this and feeling in conflict, but it's only because your shadow is coming up and misdirecting you a little bit here. So you have to see through that. You have to discern the difference. And this is something that came through in, what reading did I do? It was either the Aquarius or the Scorpio reading from yesterday. Well, it will have aired yesterday. I recorded both of them today. And it's about needing to use discernment and know the difference between your fear and your ego saying something to you versus your higher self and your intuition saying something. And when you're in conflict, it's because there's something that's being worked out with the two of them. And if you can discern the difference between whose voice is who, it's really going to help you know what you want to do here and what you want to be motivated by. Because this is meant to help you create harmony and stability within your life in a way where the energy that you're putting in is contributed to something that's going to be emotionally sustainable for you, and that it will also sustain you. It will sustain a sense of connection. Like you can build towards something that feels lasting and stable to you, where you don't have to keep tinkering around. You can pour your energy into it, have it develop, and then it's something that stays giving constantly to you. And that is the direction that you're being encouraged to move in here, only because that's actually what you want on a deeper level. It's not like your guide's saying, here, you're gonna like this, and you don't even care. They're showing you how to get to what you want here. That's what this is helping you with. But you're going to have to enter into a situation and embrace the unknown elements of this, which is really you going into the unknown, and what you're going to find is exactly what you're wanting to develop. It looks like there's a relationship that you're going to find within this. There's a stable home situation that you're going to find within this. There's a stable commitment that you're going to find within this. Something that feels, I'm hearing luxurious, something that feels harmonious, something that feels stable, something that feels foundational. And because we have Ace of Cups, this is something you feel emotionally connected to, that feels emotionally sustainable for you. And that doesn't just mean like, I'm getting by. It's like something that you really feel deep satisfaction, happiness with. Something that it feels connected to your joy, and you enjoy connecting with it, and it feels good. When we have moon energy, when we have cups here, this is something that feels calm. It's something that feels soothing. It's something that feels nurturing. It's something that feels safe. It's something that feels consistent. It's something that feels supportive. So this is the direction that you're moving in if you're willing to. But this energy with the Seven of Swords, you have to do the shadow work. Otherwise, this is something that you're going to end up sabotaging. And out of ignorance too. It's not like we do it on purpose. That's why the shadow work is important. Because it's something where it's like, oh, well, I didn't know that was what was being offered to me. And it's because we need to do the shadow work to be able to see through. And I'm also getting something about avoiding addressing something, avoiding dealing with something here. That theme is coming up as well. Seeing something about instincts kicking on. Okay. All right, with that being said, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.